So let's talk about this topic. I think this topic is such a crucial topic, as a lot of people these days often find themselves in crippling states of misery and depression all the freaking time over just life in general. And I think what's really important to talk about, and in this video, we're going to be talking about this quite a bit. So I want to bring up the topic about how you guys can become anything that you guys want to achieve if you actually have the mindset and put your mind to it. So, as a lot of you know, I did not originally plan on doing YouTube. Before I started doing YouTube, I was like against it because I didn't want to put myself on the internet for people to either like or not like. And I had had a lot of experiences in the past that really shaped who I am today. Now, I think a lot of what's really important when it comes to having these thoughts that you guys will become what you believe is you have to have a good mindset within yourself. You do have to really believe in what you are doing and where you will take things. Now, it may take you guys a long time to achieve it, but what I always will say is I think it's really important that you do have the mental know-how to understand that things like this take time. And if you really want to achieve something, whether that be something huge like starting a YouTube channel or like something small like going out to eat or something with a friend or something like that, something big or small, I think it's really important that if you guys want to be able to achieve anything in your life, you have to be willing to put in the effort to get there. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't take note of these days because in a lot of cases, a lot of people don't actually acknowledge that they have to actually put in the effort if they want to get something. And I think a lot of I think that gets taken for granted as well. A lot of people think in life you can just get by just having people do things for you, or and you just sit back and you just do nothing and you just expect people to have everything done for you. Well, you're never going to achieve your life goals or what you want to do with your life if you don't sit and reflect on yourself. A lot of self-reflection is required because you are what you become. Like you literally are right now what you are going to become. So if you guys don't actively seek out improvement and self-development, then you guys will always be stuck in this point of what you will always want to think you are want to be, but you aren't because you don't actually follow through with what you say you believe that you want to do. Because you have to have the belief in yourself to be able to do it. Now, that may come across as quite actually weird for a lot of you to understand because you become what you believe, like literally, if you actually put the time and effort into getting to where you want to get to. Because a lot of people aren't willing to put in the effort to get to where they want to be, whether that's a high paying job or a nice house or a nice car or whatever it is, or in a nice stable relationship. Like you guys have to realize that you have to work for these things, and a lot of people don't actually put in the effort to work on anything these days. Like people told me when I started doing YouTube that I should just quit. How do you think that would make some of you feel that are watching this video? Like it would be really demoralizing for a lot of you and you'd probably quit. Now, I personally believe that you do need to have perseverance. I never planned on doing YouTube like I am right now. Like I take YouTube relatively passionately and seriously because I actually love helping you guys learn either through building tutorials or just these cringy little yap videos where I just talk to you guys. But I think it's really important that you guys find your own thing that you really like and you push for it. And you don't give up even when the going gets tough and things may not look the best. Like heck, I've had so many of those times myself on YouTube. So, let's not like beat around the bush here. We all have those times, whether that's publicly shared or privately known. It happens, guys. Okay, but the what really makes the person become and stand out from everyone else in this growing crowd of people that everyone wants to be like someone else or someone wants to live the lifestyle that someone else is living, that you find out what you want to do with yourself as a person and how you can get to your own goals because you have to have the self-determination and drive to be able to get to where you want to be in your life. You Motivation is temporary. Like motivation, in my opinion, I'm going to be 100% honest to you guys. Motivation is a myth. Motivation is a myth. You're either going to do something or you're not. And if you don't do something that you claim you want to do, but you're not motivated enough to doing it, then you are clearly not necessarily capable of doing what you want to do with your life. Like, you guys need to have that moment of self reflection where you are able to identify, okay, hey, I might be able to do this, or oh, hey, maybe I can't do this, and I might need to reevaluate a certain choice that I've made, you know? And I think a lot of people just go with what they want to do because they think, oh, it's cool, I really love this. And yes, that's key, right? And you have to have the drive to keep going with it, even when, right, like maybe it isn't going as well for you, right? But like some people take this to another level and they only they limit themselves so much to only what like they think would be good for them, but they don't open themselves up to the possibilities that other things that they might just be as good at because they just don't know it yet. And I think a lot of people restrict themselves in this day and age where they're like so putting themselves in a box and they're not open enough to trying out different ways of doing what they love. Like a lot of people copy each other or attempt to do their own interpretation of things, which is fine. I personally do my own interpretations of a lot of common things that people have done before, probably. In a lot of cases, you guys have probably seen a lot of this type of content before. But that's not the point. Oh my god, Phantom. Sorry, the Phantom's distracted me. Okay, let me sleep real quick and then we'll get back to the topic. So as I was saying, I believe it's really important that everything you guys are thinking, it's all in your head. You guys need to have the drive to push forward with what you want to do. Like, that can be in any sense of the word, and I think a lot of people really don't pursue themselves a lot. Like they don't pursue anything for themselves. They're very pleasing of other people and they always want to validate other people and or other people they want other people's approval for stuff when they need to just go with their gut and they need to believe in themselves. And I think a lot of people often rely on the other people's validation in this day and age that aren't able to separate that from their own validation in themselves and their own self-confidence in themselves. And this is a skill that can take a lot of people years and years to get, guys. I'm not saying this is easy. Heck, even I'm not a pro at it, and I've been on this planet nearly 24 years, guys. In October, like I'm still not the best of it. A lot of you guys probably won't be the best at it. I think it's really important though to acknowledge that it is crucial that you guys are able to find in yourself what you want to be and how you can become it because you become what you believe. And I really do believe in that message that you do become what you believe. So a very good example of this is if you guys want to just be a person who lives off of welfare, or you guys don't want to achieve anything in your life, or you don't have any self-drive in yourself to actually have the initiative to just go for something that you want to do in your life, then you guys are always going to end up in this exact same conundrum that a lot of people find themselves in this day and age, where they're like doubtful that they can even do anything and they don't do anything and they just become complacent with what they're doing in their lives. And I think a lot of people really don't actually realize how stupidly short life is, and people just take it for granted and they don't actually think to try and pursue anything. Like and that's their prerogative, right? If they want to just not do anything with their lives, then they can do that. But I think it's really important to be aware enough in yourself to realize what type of person you are and how you want to be in your life and what you want to contribute to your future, your family's future, anyone's generational future around you. I think it's really important because a lot of people don't actually even consider that they are just a piece in a larger jigsaw puzzle. And I think a lot of people need to realize that they can do so much with their lives, but they are only restricted by themselves. A lot of people are overly assumptuous of the fact that everything is just going to be handed to you on a platter, but that isn't without hard work and effort and determination and effort, because I think a lot of people don't actually realize that they have to have the drive in themselves to become what they believe they should be, or become and believe what they believe. Because, like, if you are complacent with what you're doing in your life, then you're never going to be fully happy. Like, if you're complacent with your life, then you're never being challenged, and then you're never being challenged, which means you guys are going to end up getting more bored, and you're going to get fed up with everything that's going on around you because you're not actually being challenged. And you guys do need to be challenged in your lives. Everyone should be challenged at some point in their lives, because otherwise you just end up a husk of a person who doesn't have any life experience to drain from and understand the differences between what's right and wrong, and obviously how you can get to where you want to be. I do really want to hammer this point home. It is really important that you guys do have that self drive in yourselves to determine what you want your life to be.